You know that feeling when you check your bank account and instead of immediately closing the app in horror, you actually smile? Like when you stop calculating whether you can afford that coffee or if buying groceries means eating ramen for the rest of the week. There's a specific number where this shift happens, and it's not what most people think. Most financial gurus will tell you that you need $1 million to feel wealthy, or that 6 figures is the magic number. But here's the thing they're missing. There's a much smaller milestone that completely transforms your relationship with money, and once you hit it, everything changes. That number is $20,000. If you spend time thinking about money, financial psychology, and why some people build wealth effortlessly while others stay stuck, this video is for you. If you want to understand the real mechanics behind wealth building, instead of just hoping things magically improve, pay attention. When you think about building wealth, what comes to mind? Maybe a trust fund kid who never had to worry about money? Or someone grinding away for years, slowly accumulating wealth, $1 at a time? The truth is, wealth building doesn't work the way most people think. There are certain financial thresholds that act like invisible barriers. Once you cross them, the rules of the game completely change. $20,000 is the first major threshold that separates those who will build significant wealth from those who will spend their entire lives living paycheck to paycheck. Think about it like pushing a heavy boulder up a hill. The start is the hardest part. You're straining, sweating, making very little progress, and questioning whether it's even possible. But once you build enough momentum, the boulder starts moving faster and eventually rolls down the other side almost effortlessly. $20,000 is that turning point where your financial boulder finally crests the hill. Everything before feels like pushing uphill. Everything after feels like gravity is working in your favor. The difference isn't just mathematical, it's psychological. When you don't have money saved, your brain operates in survival mode. Every financial decision is filtered through fear and scarcity. You take the first job offer that comes along, stay in situations you hate, and say yes to things you don't want to do, all because of immediate survival. Your brain literally can't think about growth and opportunity. It's like planning a vacation while your house is on fire. Your mental bandwidth is consumed by immediate threats. But when you cross the $20,000 threshold, your brain has space to think differently. Instead of asking, how do I survive until the next paycheck, you ask, how can I grow this money? You become proactive about building wealth, not just reactive. Research from Vanguard shows that having just $2,000 in emergency savings increases financial well-being by 21%. $2,000. That's less than most people spend on a vacation or a fancy laptop. That small buffer creates a massive psychological shift. When you push your emergency fund to 3 to 6 months of living expenses, around $20,000, you get another 13% boost in well-being. More importantly, you now have breathing room to think about growth instead of mere survival. Let's talk numbers. Saving $1,000 a month at 8% returns gets you to $20,000 in about 19 months. The second $20,000 takes 17 months. Why? Because your first $20,000 is now working alongside your contributions, generating returns. By the third $20,000, the timeline shrinks further. Compound interest is doing more of the heavy lifting while you maintain the same effort. Once you hit $400,000, generating $20,000 takes just 5 months. That first milestone feels impossible, but every milestone after gets easier. Wealthy people don't need secret investments to hit this. The secret is simple math, scale. $1,000 at 10% growth makes $100. $10,000 at 10% growth makes $1,000. Same risk, same time, bigger impact. Hitting $20,000 feels like a turning point because your investment returns start to matter. $20,000 at 8% earns $1,600 a year, money you didn't have to earn through a job. But beyond money, $20,000 is proof of discipline. You tracked every dollar, said no to temptations, delayed gratification, and controlled your money instead of letting it control you. This identity shift changes every financial decision. You stop stressing over a $4 coffee. Small purchases become irrelevant. Big decisions, housing, investments, career moves now matter. Having $20,000 saved also changes your relationship with work. You're no longer trapped. You can walk away, negotiate from a position of strength, and explore new opportunities. Just having this safety net boosts confidence, assertiveness, and career growth. But most people blow it on a car or vacation. Don't. That $20,000 is the foundation of financial independence. Let it compound. Cars, for example, cost hundreds per month and lose 20% of their value instantly. Investing that money grows wealth instead of destroying it. With $20,000, you think strategically. That $30,000 car isn't just $30,000. It could grow to over $200,000 in investments over 20 years. Driving a reliable used car becomes a strategic choice, funding your future freedom. This mindset affects all major decisions: housing, education, vacations, hobbies. You focus on opportunity cost, not micromanaging pennies. With clear financial goals, you distinguish between what you want and what truly matters. $20,000 won't make you rich overnight, but it changes your perspective: surviving versus thriving, reacting versus designing your life. Start building that foundation today. Your future self will thank you.